Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us again on this recorded session. This is our second edition on YouTube. First of all, I want to thank you for all your hard work. I know you've been hosting amazing Instagram lives as well as YouTube lives, despite the technical difficulties, and you've been amazing host. So thank you for that. For people who doesn't know who you are, could you please briefly explain who you are, what you do on this project?
So I am a junior right now, and I go to Menlo Atherton High School. And I met Sama at a Human Rights Watch talk that they were giving at my school. And it was kind of funny because she and I were kind of the only younger people there. And so I don't know, I kind of just like felt a pull to her, someone my own age. And then she approached me and we talked about how she has this amazing company called Medina Papel, and she was looking for like somebody to manage their social media. And so that's how I kind of got involved. So ever since then, I think October actually, I've been doing just like the daily posts on social media, as well as hosting, or more recently hosting the Q&A sessions on Instagram.
What are the topics, things that you feel passionate about? Any reason behind them? Like, why are you passionate about these topics or things in life?
Yeah, so I am half Chinese and so like Asian American. I guess I've always kind of felt a bit out of place being like half white, half Chinese. A lot of my friends are Asian, so I kind of feel like I associate with that culture more. And so all the stereotypes about like being smart, being good at math, has always been like kind of a big part of my life. So I've kind of started advocating more, I guess, for like Asian American, I guess, history at my school and culture. So next year, I'm actually going to be the president of the Asian Culture Club. And and I've also worked last year, or I guess this year, with the head of the history department to get more Asian history in our school curriculum, because the world studies class that all freshmen are required to take actually spent one day on China, one day on Korea, and one day on Japan. So I thought that was just doing those countries a complete injustice. So I talked with the head of the history department, and we were able to kind of at least get 6 weeks of Asian history into the freshman curriculum. So I guess advocating more for Asian history and just Asian Americans in general is kind of one of my things that I'm more passionate about.
So do you think that sort of relates to why you wanted to start working with Medina Papel, or was there something else that really propelled you to work with us on this project?
Yeah, I think it was kind of like two things. One of them being that I heard Sama's story and just the whole film. It sounded like amazing, and she's so strong. I admire her so much. And then, yeah, I just wanted to be a part of the organization to like share that journey and be a part of like something so amazing. And I guess like the second thing with like Gufran and the main character, I guess as I was mentioning before, all those stereotypes that hold true and kind of like finding yourself and your identity. I guess I kind of identified with that as well.
So tell us more about you being a musician. Like, did you take classes? What are you?
Yeah, so my grandfather's favorite instrument is the piano. So that being said, all of his grandchildren play the piano. I think I would have grown to enjoy it more and creating music more if it was something that I chose to do rather than it being forced on me. But that being said, I also did pick up the flute when I was 10, and that was a decision entirely by my choice. And what I've really enjoyed about it is that I'm in a band, or like my school band, and most of my friends are all musicians as well. So that class is, I guess, just really fun for me because it has something that I enjoy, which is music, and then my friends as well. And it's also a kind of a good period to ease into the day where I don't have to use my mind as much and I can just like let myself play and hear pretty music.
Nice. Do you think that you can play for us a little bit? Like a minute?
Um, I mean, I can assemble it right now. I don't have exactly a song on hand,
No,
but
anything you know you memorized already, just replay it for us.
okay. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go with like a classic one. I guess when I play more for not really just like the level or the difficulty of it, but like how pretty the piece is. So I've been playing flute for like probably like 6 years now, but the pieces that I enjoy are probably more simple. So I guess this one is like the first theme from Swan Lake, and it's probably one of my favorite music pieces ever.
Hey, that was awesome. Hopefully one day we get to hear it live. What are some of your favorite films?
When I was 10, I went through a huge Revolutionary War phase, and my parents got me this pack of DVDs, and I would watch them religiously. So I guess I do kind of like documentaries, but I also like chick flicks. And then I did get into anime briefly for a period with like Sword Art Online. So, yeah.
So I know it's like a regular on our Q&A session, this question, but how has pandemic affected your life?
Definitely school, because obviously high school for me has been moved online. So junior year, I guess that's kind of taken the stress off a little bit. But yeah, all my APs were online this year. I don't know how the subject test or the SAT is gonna pull through. But in terms of like daily life, I've mostly been doing like the assignments that my teachers give me online and doing college research because that's coming up very soon.
Whomever is watching and listening to this interview who is in your age or they are in their last year in high school, to think about what they really want and what are the things that they are passionate about rather than applying for university just for its name or a major just because you're gonna look good or it's just prestigious to study this major. And I want to applaud you for that, and I hope people can see how happy you are and come by just being who you are.
Some of you may know this coming Saturday is Eid. And so, Sama, would you like to talk a bit more about that and its significance in the film?
Eid is usually the 3-day celebration after Ramadan, and Ramadan in the Islamic culture, where they fast, they don't eat nor drink for the whole day until the time of sunset. And they believe that, they clean themselves from all their sins, and it's time for them to celebrate the new version of themselves. The reason why we chose Eid in Medina Papel, because we wanted to show how Eid is all about like family gatherings and making up relationships and bringing the best out of you to just enjoy these 3 days.
Would you mind talking about maybe our future projects? I know that Blackwater is one of them, with our composer Aftab Hafiz. So would you mind talking a bit more about that?
Yeah, so Blackwater is a song or like a voice for the voiceless woman in Saudi Arabia. And it's going to talk about empowering women and lifting them up and keeping the fight so they can break free and gain their own and full independence. And the lyrics is a combination of what's currently happening, what is the pain, describe the pain that the women are going through, and then what should we think and believe in to like keep that fight. And black is like the regime, the corruption, the facade in Saudi Arabia. Water is like a reflection, mirror, or life. So it shows what's going on right now in Saudi Arabia, which is black water, like the regime. Also forcing the women to wear black as a hijab. So black represents that.
So I know that we offer a lot of perks to our supporters. So would you guys maybe give some examples of those and tell us what they're about?
Mm-hmm. So the perks, I think especially the ones listed on Indiegogo campaign, since we closed our Indiegogo campaign recently, unfortunately the new donations, new donors might not be benefiting from it anymore. But that doesn't mean that there's no perks at all. There's still going to be exclusive invitations to online screenings. I assume that pandemic will last a bit longer, so I just safely say that it'll be virtually done. So some of the premiere events, some of the wrap parties, you're definitely going to be invited. And I think we plan to share the digital music and digital film as well to all our supporters. So those are still valid for perks, even though it's not listed anymore.
When we did the Indiegogo campaign, we did our own research, and we found that short animated movie, they have like a specific budget. And then when we brought the team and we finally found the perfect fit for the project, we learned that it was a little bit more. We finally have the final budget and we are ready to finish the movie. So every dollar is really appreciated to finish that movie.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see everyone next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.